unicorn cup.
I
And I
love
like
that
it.
all of our podcasts start with a surprise live by Alan. We've never been like, all right, guys, we're going live in three, two, one. It's always like, hey, Daniel, the other day I was at the mall and we're live.
I would have it no other way. That's how I like to operate. So it makes sense. It makes sense for me. What's
What's
up
up,
though?
guys?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling out. I'm looking forward to taking a break from 40K.
Why?
Valhalla Assassin's Creed is coming out in like a week, and I just gonna play that for a while.
Yeah.
Dude, there's
Cause
so much stuff to play.
what's
Is Cyberpunk ever going to be released?
yeah, it'll come out eventually. I mean,
What is good
it's
election food?
isn't don't you like that game that just came out, the beta for
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
I've been playing
Baldur's
a lot
Gate
of
3.
it, but the problem is it's only limited. It's just limited that you can play. They only have a little bit. It's basically play only Act 1. And
Yeah,
you can
for
only
like
get
a
the fourth level.
for like a whole
So
year, right?
What's that?
Isn't like the beta going on for like a whole year for that game?
I hope not. So don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited for Valhalla. I'm gonna just enjoy the cold weather and pretend I'm a Viking and do some cool stuff.
It's funny because I've
You
never.
can just move here instead.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can go over to. You won't be able to see anything because it's so dark. But
Yeah, my wife was reading something about Sweden, and she's reading some kind of sociopath and psychopath book, and she found out
Yeah.
that like the vast majority of like sociopaths and psychopaths are in Sweden. So
Yeah. Probably. I mean, I think we have the world's highest suicide rate as
she
well.
she asked me, she said, "Don't you
Well,
have
that's
Swedish
next door.
friends?" I said, "Yeah, I have Swedish friends." She's like, "Do you think any of them might be psychotic?" I'm like, I mean, I'm wondering which ones aren't psychotic. So,
you're like, so which ones are not?
what do you guys? What do you guys? Are you guys painting for a specific tournament? Or are you guys painting for pleasure? Painting for joy? What are you painting?
I'm painting for pleasure right now.
Okay.
I don't
Joy of
think
the
we're-
hobby.
I don't think we're gonna have any more tournaments this year.
Yeah.
Do you think is the Neil's tournament going to be canceled? Do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. Things are getting hit pretty hard,
We
Bradley.
got some bad COVID numbers and some more restrictions, so I think we're out.
We do as well. A spot opened up at the Renegade tournament, and I'm not going to go because of COVID. So
I'm going to 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
yeah, good luck with that, buddy.
I mean, I'm gonna go to all tournaments that are, live, but I don't think we're gonna have any tournaments.
Yeah.
I think Daniel, you should just show up there anyways and just try to like make the tournament happen, or like just let get a recording of you playing a game against someone that's not really there, and then I can send it to my wife, and my wife would be like, "I told you."
Yeah.
You're like, and then you go, and then I killed the guy that I played.
Oh, Daniel, what?
Guaranteed.
Just so I understand, Daniel, the ETC version of 9th edition missions, I heard it's a differential, but did they add anything to it?
The WTC missions.
Yeah, the ETC ones, yeah.
The differential's huge, dude. To get a 20, you have to win by 51 points.
Yeah.
Whew.
But did they add anything else
Which is
to
great.
it?
I'm loving it. I think it's really good.
I do. I
But
did
I'm,
like.
I'm not 100% sure they're gonna run that way on the WTC. Is that set?
What did you think of the terrain layout?
Yeah, but wait, hold up. But did they add anything to it? Is it the same mission, just the differential, or is there another victory criteria?
No, it's the same. It's the same ish. I don't know, man. I haven't
He's
looked at.
it's right, Alan. Right now, it's exactly the same. Neil
Yeah.
and the rest of the guys, who apparently I can't remember anyone's name today. All they said that they would literally let everything play out until the beginning of the year to see what GW did, and then they would look at changes after that. But wanted to at least let till December go through before they would look into specific mission changes for WTC. So as of right now, it's just straight what the missions are right now.
So you're playing for 100 points as normal. You need a 51 point swing, differentiate to take 20-0. I think it's great. I hate games that in win roll loss ends like 84, 87, and it's for some reason the other guy gets a win. It's not a win, it's a draw.
The draw.
Yeah.
Sneaks have been talking about that You were talking about whether or not you were Neil shows up at the end of me mentioning his name, saying how the WTC is not going to change, look into changing any of the missions till like after December, basically. Brad Pleasure Snakes for painting for him. Got it. Nice. The
I don't know. Does that really solve a lot? The differential? I get it does solve Daniel's point of like you get a 90 to an 89 and the one guy gets a win and one guy doesn't.
It changes how you build armies, man.
Yeah, because
now you have to build an army that interacts with your opponent because it's important that he can't do his primary or secondary.
Right now you're just looking to just go and max out your stuff.
But how do you stop engage?
You actually have to play. You have to have more aggressive armies. You basically have to actually kill more of your opponent's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you take that aggressive army, do you actually end up stopping engage, or do you just win because you end up beating him on primary?
Well, you end up clearing all his models off. So
yeah, I mean, you probably need to do a little bit of both, right? You need to get 50 points. You need to stop a lot of secondary points as well as primary points.
Yeah, but currently, right now, without the differential, and don't get me wrong, I'm 100% on board with the differential approach, but without having a differential, it's not like players are, hey, I can kill that Death Copta over there, but because there's no differential, I'm not going to. I'm gonna go and do something else. I don't think they're doing that.
Somewhat they do, right? They focus only on. It's more important for them to get 1 point on, say, a banner, so they plant a banner instead of killing something that removes 3 points from you if they're on top.
Yeah, especially if they're winning on that. Yeah, for sure. Because I would rather just right now, I would rather take my banner point, my whatever point.
Yeah.
And as long as I, because I'm keeping score of what I'm going to score for the end of the game. I don't really give a shit what you're getting as long as I'm winning. I want the most points I can get because I don't want to be in some tournament and have some dude, I don't know, running like some Jackie cheater ass orc list and me not be able to play him because he got so far ahead of me in battle points. So now I got to really focus on getting battle points so that kind of shit doesn't happen.
I mean, just to be fair, if it was a differential tournament, you would have been miles further back.
Yes, since one of my games I won by 2.
It sounded like a good idea to get Brittany to buy some wine, Mr. First Loser.
I just like moving my shoulders.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, I think I'm getting a little bit bored of the missions after playing a couple more games. It's definitely changing for me in terms of like just controlling the board, but I think a differential could help out. I'm just curious, like I don't see myself in a game. I don't ever do that where I like go for a banner instead of kill a unit. I pretty much always kill a unit because it can later change the course of the game. So if I can kill a unit, I'll kill it. And if it's within my target priority, like I never have a scenario where someone is getting a secondary like scramblers or engage, or any of those where I'm like,
but a good example where it's important, I think, is like, I had a super killy game against Tau and we only got like 50 points. The winner got 55 points and the loser got, 25 points. So both of us were big losers in a normal game because none of us scored a lot of points. But if you play differentiate, the differential in between there, you still got like 14-6.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of difference in a team tournament for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can actually, I like it a lot in a team tournament. I don't know how I do it in every tournament. You know what I mean? I'd rather probably play battle points than that. But in a team tournament, for sure, it gives team tournament games are just periodly better. But you got different strategies on that. Because say Alan, you're putting up huge points every time.
Which I am.
And then they throw me on it and they go, hey, just limit this, you know what I mean? The differential on that. So it's, it's obviously a whole different deal.
Yeah, no, team wise, I'm not even going to get it. That's a whole other thing, but I just don't know. I don't know how much of an impact differential will really have on the way the game is played. Now, the way the game is scored, the way you decide who wins, the differentiation between losers and differentiation between winners, of course, there's a massive impact there. Agreed. There's a huge variable though that you can't take into consideration, which is player skill. So like, yeah, someone can have like, a 45-point win, but they played someone who didn't belong in that particular ranking. And then two other people who are equally matched, but both very good players could play on another table and have a very close game. Like you and Snigs playing and me and Bill playing, that's not an accurate comparison, right? You and Snigs play all the time and have a good understanding of each other's lists. Bill was terrified of paper airplanes and decided to do drugs in a corner. So, I mean, it wasn't fair, of a differentiation. But I get what you're saying. I just don't think that in any game, I don't know. I you know what? I'll test it. I'll get some games in with differentials and in mind, and I'll see like, do I really stop someone else when does that scenario come up? I don't know if it does.
I mean, I think it'll be different in a team setting. You know what I mean? Than a singles game.
Yeah.
I think that you probably have to do battle points in a singles event.
I think we need
one tournament and like 4 test games with the 20-0 system instead. I like it better. I need to put more effort into my army list to make sure that I can hinder my enemy from doing shit like scramblers or whatnot.
But you can't stop it. You can't stop that stuff.
Yeah, of course you can.
You can box them out. It means that you have to effectively keep more shit in your backfield, and until basically they can't bring reserves in and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then you're weaker in the primary then, potentially.
Right, he's just saying you have to do different shit if you're trying to actually limit this.
Yeah. I just don't know why you would do that though. I don't know. I feel like right now, just get early board control, pin your unit in a corner, pin your unit in an area, force them to deal with threats that are right in front of their face, and capture the entire board is the approach. And anything other than that, any risk mitigation strategy or secondary mitigation strategy is just pointless. Just do that and you win.
Well, you just have to. You're trying to also get the most. You're trying to either spread your win or trying to actually limit your opponent's points on that. It's like what Dave was throwing out his what he was talking about in his strat. His strategy is just it's basically waves. It's the same thing you're doing. Most of the effective army are going to have first wave, second wave, like third. Their backfield say is the third wave, and you can do stuff to try to push out. I think Necrons are actually fairly good at doing a lot of stopping both primary and some of the secondaries because of the fact that they, with basically just being all OBSEC, for a lot of their armies, you can just grab everything, push out everywhere, and keep your opponent from getting a lot of extra points of engage and scramblers and whatever else. You know what I mean?
I think what I'm hearing though is like have a strategy for a defensive approach where you can keep points away from your opponent, create that in your army list. And what I'm trying to say back is, if you have an aggressive overall strategy that pins your opponent down and takes primary away, you're also stopping secondaries, just inherently, because they're going to have to dedicate.
As long as you have something in your backfield that's stopping it, because otherwise, like a lot of those,
your backfield might not even matter. It might not even matter at that point. If you take 3 objectives in the middle of the board and you're pressing your opponent's main core units in their deployment zone, you're keeping them there because they have to address with threats, and you're sitting in the middle, and you have one small unit in the back objective, even if they come in back there and take that objective from you, it won't matter probably.
It just depends on the board. If you've got like a 2-1-2 board, then it matters a lot. You know what I mean? If you've got one of the boards where you've got 3 across the middle, it depends on the mission. Obviously, all missions are going to have slightly different strategies for your win.
It changes. I think it changes the game a lot, but and it changes my strategy a bit. Not super much, because much like you're saying, PJ Pants, you obviously want to push people back into to a corner and win on primaries, and then you're going to win. But there are situations like, should I really go for this recon and try to kill, that guy, or should I not do it because I lose 5? He loses 5 points, or I win 5 points on while we stand, we fight and stuff like that. You have to play it differently. It's not only about you getting 90 points. It's also about your opponent getting as few points as possible.
Yep, I see that. I just think that when you're getting the 90, it's hard. Like, does a 90-89 game really ever happen? I don't even know if that even happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Jimmy had one with Chaos against Chaos Demons.
So did they just stay away from? Did they just stay away from each other?
I won with 1 recon point or engage point.
So was that game basically them two just staying away the whole time, just no one
Oh,
engaged.
they had like a pillow fight in the center with Nurgle spawns
A pillow fight.
versus Nurgle beasts. You know.
I just love a pill.
The only game I lost this weekend was by 4 points, I think. So I would have happily
I'm very
taken.
disappointed. I gave you the list to crush souls with, and then you let me down, Robert. You just
You
let me
didn't
down.
give me a good enough list. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm curious. I guess I'll wait to see. So I got to get some more games. It sounds like I got to get more games in. That's the problem.
Yeah. So
I'm just gonna take more
you're
aggressive
retiring
secondaries.
from 40K, and we're starting a league. Yes. Nine player league over 9 weeks with a final. It's gonna be epic.
You should record it. You should get some cameras together and put it online.
I'm actually excited. Do you want to go to that Cleveland tournament, Alan?
Nah, dude, not with COVID going up. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not messing with that shit. It's not worth it.
Hey, man, Ohio's still fine.
Yeah, I'll just show up in Ohio. I'll smash everybody, win the tournament. You'll be sad. What's the point? There's no need.
I'm trying to keep myself in check.
Yeah, there's no need.
You gotta check yourself before you wreck.
Exactly.
When was that one again? You sent it to me. It was in December or November?
There's one November and one the Ohio one's in November. It's in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 7 weeks.
If I happen to beat Valhalla, I'll just drive out for it randomly under a fake name.
I mean, you could just drive with me. You have to drive literally on the same exact road to get to it.
Oh, so you just basically need a ride there.
No. I love that too. He's like, also, can you pick me up?
It's pretty funny. Got it.
I was at the doctor today, and that was a good one. She goes, we were talking to like, well, I've been feeling better about this. Can I drive? She's like, no, just no, so much no. No, that's crazy talk.
I mean, when is that? That's in November. It would be nice to just beat you every month once. Like it would give me happiness a little bit.
It's a 2-day event though.
I'll check the COVID spikes around that area. Where is it? It's in Cleveland. That's kind of a major city, dude.
No, it's in God damn it! It's the Funky Monkey Death Machine tournament. I'm almost positive that's the exact name of it. I will actually check the B to the C to the P right now. It's called the Cleveland Gaming Classic GT. It is in Guam. I'm almost positive it's in Guam. It's Vermilion, Ohio.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Thoughts on Death Watch, Brad? Daniel and I have questions.
I think that I haven't seen the full thing. I saw the leak. I'm getting both my codexes this week.
Okay, so let's hold off till codexes then, because I've only seen the leak and I can barely read it on that stupid.
Yeah, I've stopped looking at leaks because I don't know. I'm old and can't read that shit.
Dude, it looks like you're looking through a fishbowl.
I hate that thing. I can't read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about the Imperial Armor book. I think that also comes out this weekend, right? Forge World stuff.
It's already out. That one's out.
No, my store doesn't have it. My store doesn't have it yet. They said Thursday.
Oh, it's dude.
There's leaks online.
So far, the drill is just nuts.
Yeah, 5 Melta shots on it, right?
5 Melta shots. It's
so nice.
14 wounds.
Yeah,
it's
so nice.
That thing's big beatings, dude.
Yeah, it is pre-order. Yeah.
Pre-order last week. Yeah.
Wait, it's pre-ordered this week or it comes out this week, Corey?
No, it was pre-order. All that stuff was pre-ordered last week.
Yeah, cool. Because I want to pick it up. I'm going to go by Perry's and pick it up this week.
Wolves and all that shit.
Yeah.
Someone told me that you have to pay CPs for Forge World units now. Is that a fact or was that a lie?
That better be a freaking lie.
What's going on?
That better be a lie. I hope so.
Dude, but the drills are insanity now. For like AdMac, those are such big beatings.
You mean the model? You mean the model I own 10 of? Yeah, it's good. It's a good model.
I love that.
I love that model.
It's like, yeah, I've got you covered. Like I was gonna bring an army of those. Yeah, I've got them.
Ooh, I should. You know what's cool about the Imperial Armor book coming out right now? If it's legal at this Cleveland tournament, I could just bring some other jank army, just super jank if it exists. I'm gonna check it out.
Daniel,
cool.
That is the key on that. Corey posts that. Some of the stuff that was relic, the relic, whatever, those things cost CP to take.
Okay.
Oh, relic stuff. Like you need relic like the certain Space Marine vehicles required you to have like you can only
That's
take
cool.
one and you have to have a
That's cool.
character. Yeah, that was
for
cool.
each unit that you had in that slot. Yeah, but
That's cool.
that's fine on that. I'm not gonna lie. I basically take Forge World per what Alan tells me is good because
Yeah.
I just never played Forge World stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I do love that. And I go, man, that's a really obscure unit. And I look over, I go, do you have like an entire shelf of that random unit? He's like, oh yeah, I have all of them.
Yes.
I'm like, why?
Yes, I do.
I wanted to play them one day, and I figured I'd just do it.
They're so much fun, dude. I'm really excited. I can't wait to play. Can't wait to play either the drills or something else. Just make a kooky army, like a crazy kooky army, and just bring it. It'd be fun. But yeah, no, that'd be really cool. I still think Necrons are getting better and better. By the way, I had a Necron game against Towler on Friday. I played a totally illegal army, but an army that could be legal very easily. And I made a couple of just small mistakes. Cryptics, by the way, don't get the 6-inch move before the game, so you have to figure out a way to get them in it. You have to deploy them in the appropriate spot because you can't move them. And then if you don't win first turn, just make sure that you keep whatever you can by them so they don't get shot. I got first turn, but I moved them before the game. But it didn't matter. I didn't move very far. But yeah, I don't know about the barges though. The Necron lords on the barge seem really good on paper. I don't know if you need more than one though. One is maybe enough.
Right now I'm running a CCB with the relic war scythe.
Yeah.
And then two chronomancers and then Xeris. And then I'm running 2 20s and a 12 warriors, 3 units of scarabs, 3 units of destroyers, and 1 spider. And that's like the whole list basically.
Yeah, I think you need to drop 1 unit of the destroyers and take the other destroyer guys, the wraith looking destroyer dudes.
Just don't have any more I've got 3 fast attacks with the scarabs already.
Oh, yeah. You need one of those units because those units are boss mode.
Yeah, I actually want those. It's just that I'm already maxed out on my slots there.
Yeah.
So I love them with just obsec, and basically you push forward, you use that 6-inch move, you just go up, you take all the objectives, you have a second wave of heavy hitting shit, and then you've got all those warriors that are basically taking the board over, and it's so hard to deal with them.
That's so funny. James thinks that you can tell someone GW to do something. Yeah, James. Nobody at GW talks to Brad anymore. His group was the group that leaked rules, so no one knows who did it. But that was his group, and GW no longer talks to him. So whenever Brad has a communication with GW, he just literally opens his mouth as super wide as he can, and just prays that they would forgive him for his penance.
And Chewbacca noises come out.
Yeah, and Chewbacca.
Somebody's gonna watch this and literally say that, like, really? I heard from this podcast that it was Brad's group.
I just can't wait. I can't wait for someone later on to message me and be like, "Hey, I really like your guys' cast. It's funny. You guys talk about a lot of really cool stuff. But why is that Robert guy on that podcast? Like, what possible value does he offer you guys at all?" So I wanted to address that question here, so I don't have to type it out later. Unfortunately, Robert has no friends other than the 3 people you see on this screen. We told people to share the stream, and we said, "Robert, don't worry about it. We all know already." So the reason why he's here is because he's our friend. He's our partner in crime. Yeah.
CSR project.
I'm going to be the author of a best-selling book and a clothing line as well.
I did love my quote earlier was, Robert's 40K advice is really, from today, is really changing how I play the game.
Robert's 40K. It's fantastic. Oh my God, Robert, the insights that you have. Jesus. So good. So good.
All I have to say is I'm going to have to deal with people fucking messaging me. Is it true? Who in your gaming group was the one that fucking was the leak?
I like starting.
Alan, it's not a real thing.
I like starting rumors. It's awesome. Why can Cryptics not move 6 inches before the game? Cryptics cannot move 6 inches before the game because on the protocol section or the dynasty section, if you look at the very bottom, it says that agents and CTANs do not benefit. It's like a really small sentence that's
agents.
all the way at the bottom of the area that tells you what people get, and they do not have the keywords for your dynasty. So they don't get they're not OBSEC. They can't get the OBSEC rule or the 6-inch move beforehand, and that applies for both CTANs and dynastic agents. So actually, Imotech Cesar, the Cesar dude, is also a Cryptek. He's also an agent, and he also doesn't benefit from them. Xeris, yeah, Xeris. Although Xeris does take up a full HQ slot, which sucks. I was hoping he would only take up half.
He's such a boss, though.
Yeah, he's worth almost 2 HQ slots, but
Yeah,
but I was still hoping that since he was a Cryptic, he was only half, but he's not. He's a full HQ slot, which is why my list was illegal. I was running 4 HQs, but easily fixable. Yeah, so that's why. So Cryptics are not dynastic agents, though, or are you just saying named HQs? I thought Cryptics were dynastic agents. See, now I'm getting, man, I got to open up my book now. Now I'm getting proven wrong on the channel, which is fine because that means I didn't cheat, which is even better. I was wrong at some point, sometime.
I was wrong at some point, sometime. Let's go. Which Cryptek were you running, by the way?
The Chronomancer, dude.
Chronomancers are not dynastic agents. They are just dynasty bros.
So then I think it's just the main guy, Cesar, then.
Yes. Xeris is is a
I take that back. So just Xeris. So I was wrong actually both times.
Yeah.
Times.
It's good. It's good.
So the first time I thought they all benefited from it, I was wrong. They do not all benefit from it. The named Cryptic guy does not benefit from it. And then the second time I thought neither of them benefited from it. But I was also wrong. The regular Cryptek does benefit from it.
Yourself and Aaron.
I do that all the time. I played the Feast of Blades tournament. I played the whole tournament with Wraith Knights with less than with only 5 wounds instead of 6 back in the 6th edition. And then my very last game against Adam, he's like, you do know he's still alive, right? I'm like, no, it took 5 wounds. He's like, yeah, but they have 6.
It was better in that same edition was the year that I brought 3 Wraith Knights, and I told Alan he was crazy and the 3 Wraith Knights were stupid, and I told him I would practice with him, and I started putting in 1, and then I put in 2, and then I put in 3, and then I was like, hey guys, I got a new idea. I'm gonna use 3 Wraith Knights.
So good. So good.
ETC list. And he's like, I said that 2 months ago.
Speaking,
and I was like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, you're like, no, you didn't. Shut up. Speaking of tournaments, I also cheated myself so badly at ATC against Dallas when we played Sean Naden's team. I cheated the whole tournament the wrong way. I was using the Shining Spear unit, and all of the bikes, I only shot 2 shots for each bike. I had no idea they had 4 shots.
Did you also use the lance, or did you just not shoot?
No, I used the lance. I used the lance, but 2 shots for the other gun on the bike the whole tournament. So I only rolled 2 shots per bike. And then I'm playing against Gene Stealers last round. It's turn 4, and some guy came up, like some other dude at the tournament. He's like, "You do know you have more shots, right?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you literally have 4 shots per bike." Last round against Gene Stealer cult, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I played this wrong the entire game." I got so mad at myself.
All of the no bueno.
Things happen.
Things do happen, and they keep happening all the time, which is why you should have your handy dandy app ready.
Yeah, I'm loving the app. I've put in my codexes in the app. Everything is running smoothly.
I can't tell if he's sarcastic or not.
Right now it's running smoothly, but they had some problems with iOS 14, so it didn't work at all for a few weeks.
Yeah, he just goes, why is Robert pretending to paint with a brush? Everyone knows he only cheats with an airbrush.
Why is airbrushing considered cheating? I think airbrushing is awesome.
Yeah, it's super good. I love airbrushing.
And it's not easy. It's kind of hard, actually. People think it's easy, but trying to get a blend with an airbrush is very difficult. Also, how the hell in God's name did Jimmy Hesselberg get back in our group? I banned him from this channel. Like, he was permanently banned. I don't understand. Banned from stream. Done. Bye, Jimmy.
I love that you're just like, I banned Jimmy before, and I'll ban him again.
He's also a milestone follower, which I love. So it's fantastic.
Back in the day, do you remember? Pepperidge Farms remembers. I remember.
So you guys been voting today, or?
I already voted. I did it. I did a vote mail in ballot.
Mail in. Fuck
Yeah.
going to those
Yep.
COVID ballot boxes.
Yeah,
Just
dude, I'm
standing
really
in a bunch of-
avoiding COVID right now. Someone I work with, she ended up getting COVID. She contracted it. She was totally fine, no symptoms, no issues. She gave it to her brother, she gave it to her husband, and she gave it to her parents. And her mom, dad, and her husband are now dead, and her brother is in intensive care.
Hey man, remember the time that Alan ruined everything by telling me
Yeah.
shit stuff? Hey man, you want to tell me about maybe like a dog dying?
Tell it again. I forgot to laugh. I was busy painting.
That's terrible, dude. That's terrible, Robert. Yeah, no.
Well, I want to talk fucking COVID at Daniel's and mine tournament this week.
Yeah, no. Seriously though, it's a serious thing, dude. So I mean, that's why I'm stopping things. So I'm not gonna be traveling. But but the Toledo event that I went to was really awesome. Actually, I wore a face shield and a mask the whole time. It was very, very well run, very safe. But yeah, it's
more about that, right? If you can have a good social distance, I don't see any reason to have small tournaments.
We have
small tournaments are great. I just don't like them in big cities. It's the traveling. Like I would go to like pretty much any tournament. It's getting there and being in the area that's the problem. For me at least, because we're not Sweden. So like you guys can have a small tournament in the middle of a forest with like fairies and nymphs and shit, and like you're fine. But like in America, like I gotta like get past all these people. I gotta stop at gas stations and stuff like that. I was trying not to stop at a gas station when I went to Toledo, basically.
Well, to be honest, our tournament this weekend, I mean, it worked good. Everyone wore a face mask, but there was no law against having a face mask outside the actual door of the tournament. So every break, I just went out and people were sitting in a smaller circle, no masks, and sharing a bottle of rum. So, I mean, people are gonna die.
People are gonna die.
No, I mean the truth is that it's like such a small percentage of people actually have an impact, right? Like we still know that. So even though you can catch the virus, you're not necessarily gonna be. You know, Cisco has it right now. One of my close friends here in the area, he's totally fine. He's no symptoms, zero. He's perfectly fine. So, I mean, it is what it is. But
and also rum has a cleansing effect. So
and yeah, and drinking that bottle, Robert, probably helped. So
yeah,
there's alcohol in there for sure. Well,
I mean, Daniel took no chances. He did 11 purifying hot shots as well. He was not at all.
I only did 8 hot shots.
I believe the 11 mainly because of the fact that I saw the score sheets. And I saw 2 100s, and then I feel like somewhere in those 2 100s, the hot shot came in, and then
I wanted to make myself feel better, so I unbanned Jimmy from our page, and Jimmy's back now. It's for Robert. Oh God, Jimmy. So funny. I miss him. I miss him a lot.
Are we allowed anywhere, by the way? I got to figure out if there's any country that allows Americans right now.
No, we're not allowed anywhere, especially not with the uptick right now. There's upticks in every state. Your state has an uptick too. Yeah. So we're screwed. Also, the world's screwed too. There's upticks in all the other countries as well. So it's not just us. Daniel, who's in the tournament with you? The 9-round tournament. Who's in that? Do I know anybody in that?
Yeah, if Robert's in there, then it's a 10-man tournament.
Yeah, Robert, you're not in there. You're the first alternate.
No, I don't think there is anyone in there. Yeah, Kalle is in there.
Oh, Kalle's in there. Okay, is he playing Gene Stealer Cult?
No, I think he's meddling around with Necrons right now.
Oh, they're so good. They're so good. I love them. But you need that destroyer unit though. That new Wraith destroyer unit. They're too good not to take. They go in reserves automatically for no CP. You can redeploy them anywhere on the board for 1 CP. They hit super hard. They're just solid in every way.
All of their destroyer type units are just good. The Wraiths are good. I mean, Wraiths
are terrible.
Yeah, and no 6 Jimmy's in there as well.
Is he playing Chaos?
Yeah, probably. He's still running.
Brad, are you talking about the Wraith Destroyer guys or the actual Wraith?
Wraiths aren't bad. All of them are 35 points and they hit.
Wraiths are
They're
terrible.
the fastest of them.
Terrible choice. No one play Wraiths. They're so bad.
I like Wraiths. I'm gonna play Wraiths.
They have 4+ to hit, 4+ save. Never play that unit. It's just garbage unit. Garbage.
3+4+. Thank you very much.
But
That's 2+ in a ruin.
That's right.
That's 2+
Thank
in a
you,
row.
sir.
What? And Daniel, you playing Harlequins in that same list you've been talking about?
Yeah.
Daniel gets so big for a second.
He did. Yeah, he just expanded.
I'm playing Harlequins. I think I'm gonna play them the rest of the year. I really enjoyed playing them, and it's a skill rewarding army. Unfortunately, this weekend I lacked skill, so I need to brush up on my skill a bit. So I get rewards.
That's pretty funny. Usually when people say that, they're like, it's a skill-based army and I'm very good, so I like playing this list. And Daniel's like,
Yeah.
It's a skill-based army. I suck with these guys, but I know they could be good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to finish off my year promise, which is 100 games before New Year's. So I have
You have a lot of games to go.
40 games left before New Year's Eve.
You've played 60 games of 9th?
Yeah.
Jesus. That's a lot. Is Jimmy still trying to make Chaos work?
Yeah.
I think he's going to like Imperial Armor. He should get that book, the Forgel book.
Yeah.
Because I think it sounds like some cool stuff in there is coming out for Chaos. So we'll see.
I think they put a decent amount of that stuff. I haven't seen everything on it. I believe in you, Daniel. Nick, not if Browntown fucking believes in you, buddy.
Of course he does. He needs to believe in Daniel.
I believe in Daniel. I like that you're like, my skill went away. I still feel that all those shots might have had a say so in that. You're like, it's so weird. My first 2 games, I was so skillful, and in the next game, I don't know what changed. I mean, there could be a correlation between all the alcohol.
We
and
call
the shots.
What you should have did, Daniel, is you should have recruited Brad to play against you in that game, because I've heard he tends to lose games where his opponent is very drunk.
Yeah.
The drunker Brad's opponent is, the quicker he throws the game.
No, but it was probably the last tournament of the year, so we did a Thug Life breakfast with Prosecco. So I think I was pretty, semi-drunk from
Thug Life
from the
breakfast.
get-go.
I love that. Is deploying for going first and praying a skill-based army. Actually, I do like when I asked if we could go anywhere, and I think Mike put Mexico. Corey just responded with, shit, man, you can cross down to Mexico with a sign that says COVID positive while carrying explosives, riding in on an invasive species. That's a lot of things, man.
That's pretty. It's clear
bold,
that it's
bold statement.
Yeah. That's kind of scary though. Corey has a very vivid imagination. I'm getting that the more and more we do podcasts. When he
there's a lot of graphic things that show up.
He tends to weigh in. He tends to weigh in quite heavily. So
yeah.
Corey, you should quit whatever the hell your job is and just be a writer and just like write stuff.
You're so descriptive about
everything.
Things everything bad though.
No, I remember last week he's like, I found a piece of paper with Brad's winning speech in it. It was wet. I think it was his tears.
Yeah, my comment to that was he should probably start writing Brad's win speeches.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to write very many. You're done. You've already finished your job.
Be an unpublished writer.
It's fantastic. Yeah. Brad, did you see what I changed the fonts to in our opening when the podcast starts? There's like a little scrolling text.
I did not.
It says Brad Chester is the Baker Mayfield of 40K. He sucks at the game, but he does all the media. And I've never heard a more true statement in my life. So I'm very excited. You're still a starter. You're still like a starter in 40K. Like if we had to make a 32-person roster, you would be one of the starting quarterbacks. But you're like still the worst quarterback on every possible commercial.
I've literally never taken more shit for not losing a game.
Yeah, winners win, buddy. Winners win.
Winners win.
You'll get there. You'll get there one day. It's okay. I'll help you out.
I appreciate it.
Hey, do you want me to write you a list? I'll send you my Patreon for list writing services. I've spent hundreds of hours thinking about
Yes, but
illegal
I heard
lists.
I
And
feel
I
like
could-
all your lists are only going to be viable for one day after you give them to me.
Hey, that creates repeat customers. Don't you see the strategy there? If my list is
like,
invalidated the
"This is
moment
the
you
best
have to
list
win
you
your
can
tournament.
play."
Exactly.
Recurring
Use it
revenue,
today.
Brad. That's what you're looking for.
See? Smart man. Smart man. I make a list, boom, tomorrow it's gone. See, so that's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it. You got to sell people the right way.
Does anybody have the Imperial Army yet?
Yeah, there's literally a guy on YouTube who literally made an entire video just literally flipping the pages. The problem is I still can't read it. I need the freaking book. So I have to wait to get the book. But I'm sure if someone really wanted to spend the time to like zoom in and take stills of like that video, I'm sure you could get something out of it. I don't know how much, but yeah, I'm really excited to get that, and hopefully there's some cool stuff in there for orcs or chaos. Those are the two lists I'm most eager to play with Imperial Armor stuff because I have it all, and that'd be cool. So
You do have.
But now when Games W comes out with this officially and it gets fact and everything, every tournament must run with it, right?
yeah,
Like even WTC. and
probably
every-
yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't run it. It makes
It's
no sense to not
troublesome.
run it.
I need to learn so much new stuff.
Yeah, no, you don't. No, you don't. There was 380 something data slates, and there's only 180 in the new book.
Okay.
Everything else is legend. So they got like
Okay.
half the models on the shelf behind me are no longer valid. So it's like all of these are gone. So like I have like Forge World, Hellhound, Artema tanks, they're gone. Sentinel powerlifters are gone. Cestius Assault Ram is gone. All the Chinork Warcopters are gone. Basically every model I own. Sabers are all gone.
Every mod. He just took an entire shelf and just threw it in the garbage.
Seriously, I kid you not. Like if I go back there right now and remove every model that just got legend, I would have so much shelf space. So I could put some more stuff there from the garage. So that would be great actually.
You can just make orc vehicles out of all of that.
I probably will actually. Yeah, I'll probably make a bunch of orc trucks. Like, what are you making your orc trucks out of? Just giant stuff on the side. Giant things I own elsewhere. No, but seriously though, Necrons, guys, if you aren't seeing it in your local area, if your friends are not playing it and you're going to a tournament, brush up on it. If you're going anywhere to any of these tournaments locally in your areas before COVID hits pretty hard, I recommend reading up on Necrons. They are pretty gross, especially if you're a Gazgul player, because they don't care about your special rule. So they
don't care about
they
you,
have
Gazgul.
multiple ways to go around your player, and in general they're just really really good. So highly recommend reading up on them and understanding what they do, because they're going to definitely impact a lot of your games. If you're unfamiliar with them, it's even worse. Like Robert, right? Robert's an expert. He knows so much about them. He doesn't even have to say a word. Watch.
Look at him
Well,
focus.
I did beat them, so 100% win rate.
Yeah, I've never played them actually in ninth so far. I need to get some games in.
Yeah.
Alan, what's your current Necron list, buddy? I've already said mine.
My Necron list is currently 2 patrols. So it's Catacomb Command Barge with what's the special character name? The cryptic guy? Xeris. I can never remember his name. I always say
Illuminator
Scizor.
Xeris.
Illuminator Xeris. So a Catacomb Command Barge with Xeris. That Catacomb Command Barge, I take the Staff of Light Relic because I love it. It's awesome. Extra 6s do more hits, which is great. It's a really good gun too. And then I take a brick of 20 warriors, a spider, 6 scarabs, and then the new destroyer fast attack guys that look like the old wraiths. Unit of 6 of those with 2 of the -4 attacks and 4 guys with the -3 attacks. So it's like a 6-man unit. They go in reserves automatically, which is awesome. And then I take another patrol with another Catacomb Command Barge with the Void, the special War Scythe, which does get past.
That thing's a boss.
Yeah,
man.
it just
Void Reaper.
you don't take field note, but you can't take any kind of like ignore wounds on it. It goes
Yeah,
it just gives you the
thing's a
wounds.
monster, dude.
Yeah. So I take him, and then I take 2 cryptic 5+ guys to give 5+ invulns to units. I take another 20-man unit of warriors, and my goal is to just give those warriors 5+ invulns the whole game. And then I take a unit of a spider and another unit of 6 scarabs there as well. So it's 2 spiders, 2 units of 6 scarabs, and then Lich Guard, a unit of 10 Lich Guard are in that list as well with the shields. So the goal is like the warriors all move up, scarabs and everything move up, and like kind of push the opponent with OBSEC. You take mid board with the warriors, and you take mid board with the Lich Guard. You can veil. I took veil on one of the cryptics as well, and you can veil out the Lich Guard if you want because they are core. And that special character cryptic dude can bring back a Lich Guard guy every turn if you want, if you need to, because they are core. Or he could do it D3 warriors. One turn he could do it both warrior units, and he could do it to that unit if you spend 1 CP. It's not one turn. I think it's as long as you spend the CP.
You don't want to put a plane in there?
No, I don't need a plane. So the one unit of destroyers that comes in from reserve, they come at 9 inches and they can still charge, and you can give them you can reroll their charge to try to get it. If they fail their charge, they can always redeploy for a 1 CP strat. You could pick them up off the board and put them somewhere else 9 inches away, which is awesome. So you have a redeploy on that unit, and then you have the veil for the Lich Guard or a brick of warriors, whichever one you want to move. So you have 2 ways to redeploy.
With the plane, you get closer with the Lich Guards, right?
Yeah, you can get the auto charge if you do the plane.
Yeah.
You could do
so
it.
if you start with a plane on the board and you go second, you pre-game and move it 6 inches off the board.
Mm-hmm.
So it auto comes in.
Yeah. It's definitely something you could do. You'd have to drop probably one of the catacomb command barges to do it, but you could do it. Yeah.
It's nice to get the 100% charge.
Right.
Yeah, I just find with 9th edition games, I haven't found the need to kill stuff. I just find the need to pin you.
It's because you don't need to destroy your opponent's score. You only need to get your own 90.
No, I don't. I destroy. I absolutely murder your score because I pin you. I pin you in your deployment side, and you get no joke. You don't do banners. You don't get the center of the board with Oath. I mean, yeah, sure, you're always going to be able to do engage and scramblers, but my point is that no one can stop that. If you have a strategy to do that with the reserves, you're always going to do it. I stop all the other ones, and I take mid-board. That's kind of how it approaches the game.
Actually, was your favorite moment of last week's tournament still killing a Blake Chaplain on Overwatch with the Copta?
100% it was. Chinork Warcopta.
Now you're lying, Alan. The favorite was beat Brad.
Well, I'm saying in-game.
No, that was a certainty. I wasn't. The other one is a little bit better of a moment because I didn't know it was going to happen. It was nice. Like the whole drive there, I knew I was going to beat Brad. But when a Chinork Warcopta killed a 7-wound chaplain on a bike through Overwatch, that was unexpected. So you got to appreciate the small things in life when they're unexpected. But anyways, this was our podcast for today because someone does actually have a full-time job and they just spent their whole lunch hour doing a podcast with you 3 yahoos. Robert, I would love to thank you again for joining the podcast and expressing all of your just amazing insights into 40K. Your level of
for the monies.
Your deep level of knowledge in the game, your complexity and your understanding of everything. If Brad Chester and his I'm not even going to mention the name of the organization, if they were half the level that you are, they would be a successful group, but unfortunately they're not. And I think you should join their team to really make them more robust and provide a clinic of your own, Robert's Clinic. And you literally, oh my God, we should totally do that. Actually, you should have a clinic, Robert's Clinic, and you just sit there and stare at a monitor. Like that's it. You just do that. So anyways, I got to run.
I'll put the webcam at my work.